G'day friends, welcome to today's YouTube video. My name is James. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I have a few journals here actually. I've got my planner. I've got my abandoned insert number 2. Looking lovely, looking chunky. Oh, I got my dance journal here too. There's nothing really a lot to see in here. Also got my 5-year journal. I took this to work last night with me because I had some extra time and didn't end up doing anything with it, I have to say, but I'm gonna be working in this right now. I got a bunch of photos here that I do need to cut up and put into my journal, and I have a bunch of entries that I have to write as well. And I figured, because I've got a super busy week coming up, that I would start this video Monday and then just track, literally put the camera on if I'm at my desk doing any journaling. I would just kind of go along with what I'm going to do in a week. So this would be like journaling I do in a week, in a busy week, because I can't be sure that it's not just going to be this one clip. I don't know. I'm definitely going to try and stay on top of everything because I have my daytimes. I'm in overnight rehearsals, which just kind of wipes me out for the day. But yeah, I'm going to see what I can get done in a week and share this video with you on Friday. But first up, I have to get into my 5-year journal, and there are just a lot of entries that I haven't filled out. It's been such a crazy few weeks, so I'm going to be catching up on a few of those weeks. I have information like in my planner of things that I did that I can, reference, but also I get out my computer, go to my Photos app it's linked to my phone, so I can see all the photos that I took for certain days, but also there are photos printed out for certain days as well. So that kind of stimulates the memory. Sometimes I know what I want to write about, or then sometimes if I just need to put an entry in, I'll just prompt myself a certain way, like, hey, how did that make you feel? Or does this relate to anything? Or is this kind of, is this something from the past that you're revisiting? Or I kind of ask myself these questions to get a more personal response out of my writing. I used to get really stuck in a trap of writing, today I did this, I went here, I did work, the end, good night, see you tomorrow. And I did that for a long time, so I usually try to make these a little bit more personal of an entry. And yeah, those are just the ways that I can stimulate the memory if I'm not doing it the same day. Sometimes I'm good and I'll be doing it every night or the day after, and then other times it just takes weeks or I fall months behind and I have random little entries every now and again, but I've always managed to keep it filled out and up to date, so that's where I'm at today. Sometimes I like to do it in a whole chunk too, because it's a teeny tiny little passage, so sometimes doing a whole bunch of writing all at once is much nicer for me. So I'm going to put my YouTube on, I'm going to get my camera app, what's it called? My camera roll out on my computer, really chill, and fill out my 5-year Hobonichi and show you everything else I get up to in a week of journaling. So I hope you enjoy this video. I'm sure I'll pop in and out with some voiceovers or something, but until, I'm gonna get this. This is to note which photo goes on which day. Until the next clip, enjoy this 5-year Hobonichi catch-up. Hello, I'm popping up into the picture-in-picture to have a look at what I've done throughout the week. I'll be honest, I don't remember. It's Friday, and I'm putting this video up today, but I have no idea what I did, so I guess I'm going to watch it with you. We've got 33 minutes of a video, so I must have gotten up to something. It doesn't feel like a lot, and I was trying to think, like, why does this feel like I've not done anything when I have? There's absolutely stuff that I've done throughout the week, and it's not that my Madeleine crumbs are on my top. It's not that I haven't done anything. I think there's a way that my brain flips over, and obviously doesn't work, when I think about what I have done for my audience. That's the difference. What I have done for myself doesn't really matter as long as I've had some good time doing it. I've chilled out, I've had a peaceful time, I've gotten a bit creative, I've documented some stuff, that is for me. But then I think about what I've done for my audience, which is you, when you watch these videos. And in my brain, just journaling, like writing, the writing part of journaling, not the art part of art journaling, the writing part seems like nothing because I feel like as an audience, it's not something that we love to watch. So, because it can be quite repetitive and quite boring, like nothing really happens. Unless, you've got some chatting over the top of it like I'm doing right now. You can kind of tune into my voice, or you can watch me up here and then kind of watch down there, or you've at least got something to listen to while you're doing what you're doing, and my video plays in the background. But I do consider it from the perspective of an audience, because this is who I put these videos together for, is to show you what I get up to. I just feel like, the writing part of the content is nothing, because it's just not a lot to watch. So in my head, that translates to you've done nothing throughout the week, which is not true. For myself, I've done a lot. For my audience, I haven't done a lot, because I do consider more of the art journaling, the art of the art journaling, to be the thing that an audience really likes to watch. In any case, the purpose of this video was just to show you what I got up to during a busy week, and it was a busy week, and it was quite exhausting too, like very physically exhausting and very physically demanding. Like my body has been very sore throughout the week, which can have an impact on how much I journal. I don't like to sit down in this chair for too long if my hips are sore, if my feet are sore. I've currently got about 25 layers of skin missing from the top of my left foot, just underneath my big toe. And not underneath, but like at the top of my foot, but just before it gets to my big toe, or like that knuckle bit. From dancing barefoot, I kind of scraped off all the skin, and it's taken a while for it to recover because I've been dancing on it, so it kind of keeps reopening. And what's funny is, like, how blood rushes to an area to kind of fix a wound or something? I can feel the throbbing when my foot just sits down at the desk. So for that reason too, I don't really want to sit down at my desk and do a lot of art journaling, and it seems like even then when there were times where I did have some time to do it, I just couldn't be here for too long. So there are some factors that go into why some weeks I don't do as much as other weeks, but ultimately I always do have to kind of check in with my planner. That's something that you see me do kind of daily in the video. And I like to document my health effort stars and keep track of all of that. I also need to make sure I'm not about to talk over the top of wherever I just split the next clip. So I'll keep an eye on this down here. And I do like to keep up to date with my 5-year Hobonichi if I can, which is a big if. There are times where I really have not kept up very well, but it always gets filled out. That's kind of the rule. I mean, maybe I don't have to do it absolutely every single day and be on top of it, but it must always be filled out eventually. So I do get there, and that is important. There you can see all of my red health effort stars. Oh, I hope I matched this clip up to where I'm actually talking, because I didn't timestamp where I started talking. Anyway, big news, actually. Today is Friday, March 28th, so happy birthday to my mum and to my gran in heaven. They were both born on the same day. My mum was my gran's birthday present, I guess. And I hope she's having a good day. I actually called her yesterday because she's in Australia, so it's a day ahead. Sometimes I do forget. I don't think I've forgotten with my mum. I think I've forgotten with my stepdad. Definitely forgotten with my best friend. I don't forget their birthdays. I just do it on the day that it is for me, which is a day late. So it seems like I've forgotten, but I've just been late. But yeah, so I did that and kind of caught up with home. I'm incredibly homesick right now, so we're kind of talking about maybe a time where I could go back home, but it's all up in the air. I mean, depending on what jobs I end up dancing throughout the year, there's certain times where I just can't leave, or I don't have enough time to leave. Like I might have a week off in between something, and that's just not enough. Or I'll anticipate, like last year I anticipated working a period where I didn't actually work, so I probably could have gone then, but didn't. And maybe that was a bit of a mistake. I probably should have tried to go last year around Halloween time. I do remember being really busy. Oh, I did my Halo workshop. That was something that I couldn't balance. So I think that's why I didn't. Anyway, I did a bit of Etsy shipping too. I don't know why I put that in here because it's not technically journaling, but maybe in my head I thought, well, anything jlbCREATIVE I get up to. Because I think at the end too, there's a whole bunch of footage where I'm just on the computer, but that is also a part of it. And I'm about to go put all collage sheets together for April 2025 for Collage Club. So I do spend a lot of time at the computer as well. And sometimes while something is exporting or scanning, I'll pop a journal in front of me and do a little bit of something. So you'll see me on the computer, but I'm actually in my planner the whole time. So that's a clip that's coming up towards the end. I had a good time putting all of this together. I think it was nice to kind of keep you with me throughout the week. Full transparency, I do hate sometimes turning the camera on when I'm journaling, because there are times where I'm more than happy to do it, but then there are times where I just want to be completely tuned out, and I'm always aware when a camera is on. No, even though you can't see my face, it's my hands, but I'm always thinking, oh, is the camera still filming? Or like, then I just knocked the camera. Did I knock the camera? Is it still in focus? Is it even recording? Because we know we've had that problem before where it hasn't recorded. And after the absolute trauma of my Daisy Style workshop number 2 not working out, I think I've clued back into being hyper aware of cameras and recordings. So anyway, we're about to jump into the next clip where I start talking to you again on the day, which I think was Tuesday. I don't know, you'll hear about it then. I'll be back for the picture-in-picture next time. All right, it's a new day, and that means more filming all the journaling I'm gonna get up to. I had my overnight last night. Very exhausted. Very sore. Currently have both ice packs strapped to my knees. I feel like the older I get, the first things that's going is my knees and my back. This is my abandoned journal. I did put it in this black traveler's notebook cover, which I believe is Steve's. It might be mine. I'm not quite sure, but I have this now. So that's gonna be where this stays when I take it out with me, because I did take it to work just in case I wanted to do anything. I didn't, but I took it just in case. And because it's the start of the day, that means I'm gonna put in my journal entry for my 5-year Hobonichi, and then I'm also gonna go through and just put my little stars in here, my health tracker stars. Most of them are red dance stars now, which are my favorite. So I'll just put that in my yearly overview. Then I have a monthly. I need to put this in here too. Great. Sometimes I like to color these ones in. It just depends. I really need to make a Collage Club sticker sheet of just red stars, so that I don't want them all different and all fun, and I can use those. But I don't mind drawing them out. So that is going to be my planner for now. I'll look at this later because I think there might be some things in there I need to focus on. And then I'm going to do my 5-year Hobonichi journal entry. And then I'm actually going to go into a video that I'm going to put kind of on the side because it's virtual voyage prep, but I did say I would film all the journaling I did this week. So I don't really want you to see what's going to happen. You might be able to figure a few things out depending on how I angle the clip, but I'm just going to put it off to the side. So I'll probably skip through a bunch of that footage because you're not going to be able to see a lot of the journaling that I'm doing, but I do want you to know that I didn't skip anything this week. I guess if I do something at work, I'm not really allowed to film backstage, so you might miss that. But as it is, I don't anticipate me doing anything at work this week. I'll take the journal just in case, but I really don't think I will. So that's going to be that for now. I'll see you when I see you next. Here comes the computer. All right, this is actually Virtual Voyage 10, Decade, and I do want to talk to you about something. And this is not premature. Anyway, I have to let you know, Virtual Voyage 10 will be our final virtual voyage, and we are really ramping up to go out with an absolute bang. I am anticipating that might be some sad news for some people. I know I've had some of you go through every single virtual voyage up until now, and they are such a wild experience, and, you know, obviously the craziest idea that I've kind of ever had, but sorry, I'm just making sure I've got enough time to chat about what I want to chat about. I think it's time for me to let that part go. Virtual Voyage in particular, it is really, really so hard to get it all coordinated at this point. And there are so many elements to it, and my ideas just, they want to be bigger and better. And I have this issue where if I can't top something the way I want it to, it feels like I've slid backwards, and I want to be able to make sure that everything I put out there is something that I personally feel like I would invest in. And I feel like I'm about to go so crazy with this last one that I don't think I'll be able to top it. So for a multitude of reasons, and some of which I won't discuss publicly probably, I just want to leave that as my final big ribbon on everything. I also think the theme, decade, which I will obviously let you know more about later, I think it lends itself really well to being the final virtual voyage that we have together. So I just wanted to let you know that, just in case you need to save your pennies and you really do want to be a part of it. This will be the last time that you can join a virtual voyage in that live experience with the live parties, and I really want to make sure that you have everything prepared for that. It looks like it's going to be in June, so you have a couple of months, and I have a couple of months to make sure it's all exactly what I want it to be. But yeah, it's gonna be big. And the theme is decade, and I have been working a bit on the course throughout this video. I tried to angle it so you couldn't really see what I was doing, but eagle eyes will probably catch a few little bits and pieces, and you might be able to piece together what I mean by decade. But yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm like a little sad about it too, because it's been such a wild journey with Virtual Voyage, and there's something that I'm so proud of, and they're so bizarre, and it's been, you know, honestly, like just the most ridiculous experience that turned out to be something really exciting. And I think I'm having that Schitt's Creek moment where, you know, they had made their television show and they really wanted to make sure that it ended the way they wanted it to. They wanted to make sure it all wrapped up neatly and nicely, and that, you know, when it was time to let it go, that it was time to just finish it. And that is just kind of where I'm at with Virtual Voyage. I do believe this is the right one to kind of end it all on. I don't want to end up doing, you know, Virtual Voyage 33 and realizing I probably should have stopped a while ago. Very much like America's Next Top Model. There was this period where I just thought, oh, you know what, that could have been the last season, that would have been really good. So just letting you know that this will be our final Virtual Voyage together. That's not to say I won't be doing workshops anymore, but very specifically Virtual Voyage, that will cease. There's still other ones available. If you've never done all of the other ones, if you've done a couple and maybe you want to see the other ones, join this one. I'm sure we will revisit some of the excitement of previous voyages, but yeah, I did want to let you know that. I wanted to let you know that soon enough so that if you were someone who was always kind of on the fence about it, that you would have enough time to save your money to join if you wanted to join. That is usually the biggest factor of anyone joining a virtual voyage, is it's quite expensive. So just wanted to make sure you knew that, and also that emotionally you could prepare. If it's something that you didn't want to say goodbye to, that at least you would know. I didn't want to spring it on you when we got there and be like, welcome everybody, this will be our last. So that piece of information will be out there now and we can move forward. I'm not sure how many people see my Instagram posts about things. I haven't put it on Instagram yet, but sometimes I release information over there and I forget that not everyone is kind of in the same space. So I'll probably have to tell people on Instagram soon. I do assume most of you are over there anyway. But I don't know, because Instagram, I'm going to change the subject for a second. Instagram is really bizarre. You can have so many people following you, but then when it says like the reach of your post, I always just assumed that the reach would be the amount of people following you, because if someone followed you, they wanted to see your post, right? So why wouldn't Instagram show you? So if you've got 10,000 people following you and the reach is like, oh, it reached 200 accounts. Why didn't it reach 10,000? Isn't that the amount of people that wanted to see your stuff and signed up? Instagram annoys me like that sometimes, but I'm about to jump into the next clip with live narration. So I'll see you after that. Well, it's Wednesday. Hi, Bianca. Can you hear Bianca? Say something. Evie. Every time I look at her and ask, she won't speak. But she'll speak every other time. All right. My connector pens are everywhere. Can you tell I'm a little tired? Got back from my overnight last night at about 4 a.m. Which I guess is not the end of the world, but we've been doing runs all night, so my body is going through it, which is great. If I want to feel exhausted from one thing and one thing alone, it's dancing. So, no complaints. Here we go. Gotta get this started. Oh, I took my abandoned insert and my dance journal with me last night. Did not use it. It's becoming quite the pattern of behavior for me. There we go. Got that one in there. And I think where's my other pen? Here it is. Need to put it in my yearly view as well. It's just becoming a little bit of a morning routine to do my 5-year and my planner. Get that all sorted. I'll look at the planner later. I don't think there's anything there I need to really worry about, but let's do the 5-year, and I'll probably put you back over there in the corner. Sorry again, I got to keep doing that research for Virtual Voyage 10 Decade. I do have all the time set. Is that my video? Oh, I have my iPad set over there and I was like, that thumbnail looks like mine, but I didn't realize I was on my own screen. I got to do some more work on that. So I'll be doing that, but I can't show you all that. So we'll just speed through that, I'm sure. And then I would love to get in my abandoned insects. I got just some junk lying around. Like I have this bottle that I want to pull the label off of and put in there. Random junk, but we will get to that. First of all, let me get into my 5-year journal, get yesterday documented, and then we'll get going. All right, I'll see you in the next clips. And we are back on the computer, just where I like to be. So I have some interesting, exciting news, actually. I think I tried to get this out before, and I think I completely sidetracked my conversation. February 29th, March 29th, tomorrow, or whenever you're watching this, March 29th, Lady Gaga is supposed to be releasing a video, and go watch it is all I'll say. I don't know how much more I can say, but anyway, and at present, if you go to Lady Gaga's Instagram and you see a little icon on there with a whole bunch of squares with some dancers on it, if you look just over to the left, yours truly is on there. It has been so wild. What a wild experience. Anyway, that's coming out March 29th, so I'm going to be very, very overwhelmed and kind of carried away with that all weekend, I'm assuming. Also today, like, so much exciting stuff is happening. It's unreal. Today I'm opening Preserved, which is the musical that I did last year, and it's the Knott's Berry Farm, like, anniversary celebration. It was for their 100th. It was a show to celebrate the 100th year of Knott's Berry Farm, but that happened in COVID, so they delayed it. And anyway, now it's 2025, so it's technically 105 years celebration. But we're really excited to open that because I've been in overnight rehearsals all week, and you know, you just get to a point where you're like, I just really need an audience now, because you're performing it out to the dark and no one's watching, and it's a lot of energy to do at 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. So I'm excited to do that. It's the show that I did last year, so if you saw any of those clips that I put up where I was dressed as a lumberjack or a dandy, or what else was I, an engineer? There's got to be one more. No, I think that's it. Anyway, Gunslinger, the cowboy. Anyway, that is the show that I'm doing, and I'm so excited to be doing that again. It's a lot of fun to be doing, and we're doing it all throughout Boysenberry Festival. So if you're someone who goes to Knott's Berry Farm and you see the Boysenberry Festival, come over to the Calico Mine stage and you might see a familiar face up on stage. I just love it. I love the show, doing it, because it's super energetic and I don't ever get a break, and it is like the best cardio I've ever done in my life. But also it can just be such a riot to play all those different characters. Originally, and I have to say, I don't think I've ever said this out loud before, because I don't know, I don't want to get in trouble for saying it, but originally when I saw it, I just thought, oh, of course I want to be in shows and I want to do dancing and stuff, but I thought that's just maybe not a great fit for me. I don't think I'm the right type for that. Like, I don't really see myself doing all of that. And then once I got in it, I didn't realize how much I would enjoy it. So it's one of those things that now I have a really soft spot for, because it completely kind of exceeded my expectations in a weird way. But a lot of what I enjoy over at Knott's Berry Farm too are the people. So, you know, that is also a part of the experience. I was talking to someone the other day about, you know, all the perks you get from a job. And a lot of the perks I get from a couple of the jobs that I do dancing are the people, like the social aspect is one of the perks, because I don't know how common that is for people to go to a job and, you know, really have a great social experience and have like lots of friends there and have, you know, like side-splitting laughter. I mean, that is truly a perk. It's not the perk that the job can kind of offer you and kind of guarantee, but it's just one of the things I get out of it. So love that for me. I'm going to jump into what I believe might be the last little live narration bit, and then I'll see you at the end. Hello, hello. I have my bag here. This is what I need, my little dance journal and my pencil case. That's all I took with me today. It is actually, what time is it right now? It's Thursday. It's my mum's birthday actually today in Australia. Happy birthday, Mum, and happy birthday, Gran. This would have been my Gran's 80th birthday, so she's probably celebrating in heaven with a can of Coke, full strength, obviously. And it's 7 p.m. at night. That is the time that I am getting to journaling today. Oh, look, I've pulled off one of these for my journal. Let's get that in there. Let's just start with something simple and put my little sticky bit in here. Oh, I wonder, do I want it here? It's probably a little too big for there. There's some things I don't like to cover up, even though, you know, nothing is too sacred. I feel like she could, no, because I like her body like that. Her body, yoddy, yoddy. This is the blessing and the curse, really, of working your journals. You end up, you know, using all the space. Then you've got nowhere to put anything. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. Tissue. Tissue. Going for it. 3 in a row. Excuse me. Tissue, tissue, tissue. Let me see. Can't even put it on the back. Have I just not got enough space for this? I might have to cut it up. I'm hot and sweaty. I've come from a rehearsal. I didn't have any time this morning because I had an overnight last night. An overnight rehearsal, my last one for Knots. We'll be opening that show tomorrow. Very exciting. Go check my Instagram where I will spam you all with that. Probably over on my personal, not my James Luke Burke Creative anymore. So you'll have to go over to just James Luke Burke Regular if you want the dance content. I know I've got some space here. There we go. Let's just put in here. Sorry, Donald, I'm going to cover you just a little bit. But I will probably put that over there. These are really good too, these cinnamon muffin coffee cakes. Cinnamon coffee cake muffin. I love a muffin. I'm going to go upload my preserved stuff over there. That's exciting. But today I had a different rehearsal for something completely different. And then when I got home, I had to call my mum to say happy birthday on the right day. I always sometimes, oxymoron, right? I sometimes forget to call on the right day because Australia's a day ahead, so that's a nightmare. What else do I need? I gotta put my dance star in here. I don't really know what I'm here to do at my desk, but I did just want to show up because I've got to do my 5-year, I've got to do some of my planner, and I felt like whatever else I ended up doing, I mean, I'd obviously do it along with you on the video. That is the theme of this week. Did that. Also did that. I kind of did 2 things today, dance-wise, but I feel like it only counts for 1 star because choreography is not, it's not fully a star sometimes. Like I only did a little bit of choreography today for my dance class coming up. That little red star. There we go. What I should do is make a red star page for, or a colourful star page, I guess, for Collage Club. There we go. And then, yeah, I don't think I need any more of this. My 5-year journal. Got some memories for you, Dal. I'm gonna get into this. I'll probably put you a bit closer for this, and I've been detaching the audio, so like when I've just babbled on a little bit for too long and haven't done anything on the screen, if I detach the audio, I can put it over another clip. A bit of an editing trick. It makes it a little more interesting, I think. So I'll try and do that. You'll probably be already watching this with this detached audio as it is. But yeah, I don't really have much else to let you know. Just that I came to my desk late today and did not move a thing. Everything was kind of where I left it yesterday. There were books out and journals out and pens and markers and everything just kind of sitting here. And a lot of the time my desk becomes a dumping ground for all the other stuff that's in the studio. So usually I'll just sweep it all off to the guest bed that's right next to the desk, and that becomes the dumping ground. There's just dumping grounds everywhere is the theme of my life at this point in time. But yeah, I'm super busy, but I do want to make time for the journaling, and it is kind of my relaxation, really. I mean, this is the time I get to breathe, take a minute, decompress, check in with my thoughts and my feelings, and have a bit of a playtime. So, cats are being fed, they're gonna go crazy. I will catch you in a voiceover probably at some point. These might be the last clips because the video I'm putting up tomorrow, and actually I might journal in the morning tomorrow. So maybe you'll see a few more clips, but I'm not sure how I'll wrap all of this up. It has been a pleasure taking you with me throughout the week, and I'll see you in the next clip, and I'm sure I'll wrap it all up then. Wish my hands could type that fast. I'm in my planner for the last clips here. I am juggling so many different things right now, and by the grace of God, nothing has conflicted in a terrible way. So I'm praying that continues, because I'm greedy and I want to be able to do everything, but you can only do everything if it all works out timing wise. So I've jumped into my journal here, and I did end up doing those red health effort stars. Those for me are dance, but for all intents and purposes, they're just red stars for Collage Club for April 2025. I was wondering, for my Collage Club members, weigh in if you would like to put fate into your hands this month. Just red? I'm okay with just red because I hand drew 50 of these. I don't believe there are any duplicates, and they're all kind of wonky, and I use the same pen that I would do it with in my journal. They're all kind of crazy, to be honest, but I wanted to do those so I would have them for my journal. Much like everything in Collage Club, I selfishly do it for me. But if you want them, do you want like a black and white version with the red, like a whole page? Maybe I could do a rainbow assortment. I will very much only consider maybe the first couple of comments about this. So if you want to weigh in on that, even if you're not a part of Collage Club, weigh in. I don't really mind, but I'll just kind of take audience vote on that, because I'd be happy to give them to you in red and a black and white version. But if there is something that is kind of like an overwhelming, no, we all want rainbow, then I'll do that in Photoshop. But that is something I will be probably working on all weekend, so please get that in as soon as possible, your opinion on that, if you would like to. Other than that, I am about to go open Preserved and have a lovely afternoon doing that, and then literally just wait with anticipation until that Lady Gaga video comes out. And then my whole life will be different after that. So expect to meet a completely different person next week. I've been saying I'll be like Nikki Blonsky on Twitter, because that for some reason popped up in my algorithm on TikTok lately. What a wild ride that has been. Thank you so much for watching this video, my art journaling and some JLB creative stuff in a very busy week. I'll see you again when I see you. Have fun. Bye.